I don't need to win. I've won more than most people have in their whole lives. So for me, it's that is not important to me. And it's important that I keep reminding myself of that because I don't have anything to prove. I don't have anything to lose. And everything here is just to gain. It's really about my kids getting to see me play. I mean, Olympia's a little bit older. Adira's very young. But it's also having an opportunity to still be able to possibly do that one last time is kind of cool and exciting. And for singles, I can't say yeah, I can't say no. Right now, no. I feel like I probably need to train a little bit more if I want to play singles, and we'll see if I get there. And if not, that's not my journey right now.
She walked away from tennis without ever saying goodbye. No press conference, no farewell tour, no tearful final bow. Just a match at the 2022 U.S. Open, a quiet comment about evolving away from the sport, and then silence. For nearly 4 years, Serena Williams disappeared from competitive tennis entirely, and the world moved on, new champions crowned, new rivalries born, a whole generation of players rising in the space she left behind. But here's the thing about Serena Williams. She has never once done anything the way you expected her to. And now, at 44 years old, she's back. Not with a dramatic announcement. Not with a World Tour press conference. She re-entered the ITI Ace International Registered Testing Pool at the end of 2025, a quiet, technical step that most fans never even noticed. But people inside the sport noticed, because that pool is a requirement. You cannot compete professionally without being in it. And Serena Williams had just put herself back in it for the very first time since she walked off that court in New York. The tennis world started whispering. Was she actually coming back? Was this real? And then, June 1st, 2026, the confirmation dropped. Serena Williams has accepted a wild card into the women's doubles at the HSBC Championships at Queen's Club in London. Queen's Club, one of the most storied grass court venues in the world. For 0.3 miles from Wimbledon, the tournament that for decades has served as the final tune-up before the biggest fortnight in tennis. And this is where Serena Williams chose to make her return. Not some exhibition, not some exhibition circuit, not a made-for-TV moment. A real WTA tournament. A real draw. Real opponents. Real stakes. She even said it herself. Queen's Club feels like the perfect place to begin this next chapter. Her partner in this doubles return is Victoria Mboko, a Canadian teenager, world number 9, a completely different generation of player, someone who was barely a teenager when Serena was still collecting Grand Slams. The pairing is striking on paper, but it makes a certain kind of sense. Williams isn't here to coast. She's here to compete. And Mboko is one of the most exciting young players on tour right now, which means this partnership is going to be watched very closely. Their first-round opponents, the third seeds, Aaron Routliffe and Nicole Mellicher-Martinez. Not a giveaway match, not a soft landing. They drew a seeded team in round 1. And when Williams sat down for her first press conference since announcing the return, the questions came quickly. What is this really about? Is there a chance she plays singles? Is Wimbledon on the horizon? She answered each one with the calm of someone who has sat in front of more cameras than most people have had meals. But one answer, more than any other, stopped the room. When asked what was driving this return, she didn't talk about rankings. She didn't talk about records. She didn't say anything about unfinished business or legacy, or proving she still belongs. She said, "It's really about the kids seeing me play." She has 2 daughters with her husband, Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian, Olympia, who is old enough to understand what's happening, and Adira, who is still very young. And Serena Williams, 23 Grand Slam titles, 4 Olympic gold medals, arguably the greatest tennis player who has ever lived, decided that the thing she wanted most was for her daughters to see her compete before she finally steps away for good. Olympia is a little bit older, Adira is very young. It's components like that. That's the quote. That's the reason. Not legacy. Not records. Her kids. There is something deeply human about that. Here is a woman who has dominated global sports for the better part of 3 decades. She has beaten opponents half her age on the grandest stages tennis has ever known. She held the world #1 ranking for 319 weeks. She won titles on every surface, in every era, against every generation of opponent. And at the end of all that, what she wants most is something any parent would understand. She wants her daughters to see who their mother is in the arena before the chapter officially closes. But here's where it gets complicated. Because Serena Williams, even at 44, even coming back after nearly 4 years away from competitive play, is not someone you can simply write off. The doubles format plays to her strengths, the serve, the power, the court presence. Those things don't vanish. And when asked directly about singles, about Wimbledon, a tournament she has won 7 times, she did not shut the door. For singles, I can't say yeah, and I can't say no, she told reporters. Right now, no. I feel like I probably need to train a little bit more if I want to play singles. We'll see if I get there. That's not a retirement speech. That's not someone saying goodbye. That is a door being left open deliberately by someone who has never been afraid to walk back through one. After Queens, she's scheduled to compete in the Berlin Open doubles from the 15th to the 21st of June. That puts her in Germany the week before Wimbledon. 1 week before the tournament she owns like no one else in the modern era. The scheduling is not an accident. These things never are with Serena. Think about what it would mean if she walked into Wimbledon. Not just the doubles, singles, the draw, the seedings, the entire narrative of the tournament would shift the moment her name appeared. Every player who has never faced Serena Williams on that grass would suddenly have to think about the possibility. Every former champion who has grown accustomed to a world without her in it would have to reckon with the fact that she's back. And every fan who grew up watching her collect trophies on center court would get one more chance to see something they thought they would never see again. She has not officially retired. She said she was evolving away from tennis. She never said she was done forever. And now, at 44, with her girls watching from the stands with the grass courts of London laid out in front of her, Serena Williams is right back where she started and where she has always somehow belonged. The first match is Tuesday at Queens. And whether this ends in doubles, singles, Wimbledon, or somewhere in between, one thing is absolutely certain. Nobody in the history of this sport has ever made an exit or an entrance quite like Serena Williams. And she's not finished.